Good morning. I'm Tina Ghasemi, the chairman of Stokab. Thank you for joining me at Fibre, the key to creating world-class IT regions. Stokab and Stockholm IT Regions are happy to welcome you here today. Stokab is proud to be a part of Stockholm IT Region, a cooperation between a number of public and private groups that aim to strengthen the competitiveness of the ICT industry. This year, Stokab celebrates our 20th anniversary. We are founded by the city of Stockholm to provide a passive fiber optic communication network within the region. We wanted to create an accessible network to open for all. Stokab was formed to meet future communication needs, stimulate competition, offer freedom of choice, and minimize the need for civil works. This is what we have been doing for 20 years now. Much has been achieved, but there is, of course, much more to be done. Sweden and other Scandinavian countries have adapted well to the new information society and are doing fairly well in international comparisons. But there are always things to learn from others, and development is happening very fast. To our seminar this morning, we have invited representatives from some very successful regions of the world. Mr. Henrik Kwek from Singapore, Mr. Martin Sharrock from New Zealand, Mr. Christopher Mitchell from the US, Mr. Benoit Felten will give us a European perspective and give us an impression of what is going on in the rest of Europe and what challenges lay ahead. We will, however, start with a history lesson from Mr. Anders Johnson about telecommunication here in Stockholm. Mr. Patrick Regard from Ericsson will give us an overview with a global perspective. I'm also very happy that Vice Mayor of Stockholm, Mrs. Ulla Hamilton, will be here with us today, and she will take part together with Mr. Christer Mattsson from Acreo Swedish ICT and Mr. Benoit Felden in the panel discussion that will conclude this morning's seminar. The reason for the seminar is the need to learn from each other and to exchange experiences and lessons learned. And it does not matter how successful a region is. There are always new ideas and insights to be shared. It is also a fact that we can all gain from each other's successes. Success in the information age is not a zero-sum game. On the contrary, the more successful regions there are, the more we all stand to gain. To us here in Stockholm and Sweden, it is of course important that Europe as a continent is keeping up with the very rapid development in this field, and that investments in both IT infrastructure and R&D are made. This is in spite of, perhaps just because of, the present financial difficulties. Our view is also, as you may know, that is of great importance that fiber infrastructure is open and accessible on equal terms. There is, in my opinion, only one way forward, and that is that we learn from each other, and especially from those who today are making important contribution in this area. That is why it is such pleasure for me once again to welcome you all to this session, and why I'm especially happy that we have such a distinguished panel of speakers with us today. With these words, I give the floor to this morning moderator, Mrs. Mia Odabas. Thank you and welcome here today.